Hey y'all, it's Indigo here, back with another round of Grand Arena Championships. Trying to catch up here. I got a little behind with the holiday weekend, but this is round 2 of the final week. I've got an outside shot at still making it into Kyber if a couple things go my way. I would have to win the last 2 matches of the season, and I think full clear them both, or at least get some feats. So had a good opponent this time. He said all he needed was 2 full clears and didn't have to even win to make Kyber. So I told him I wouldn't set too hard a defense, and he said he was keeping dang near everything for offense himself, all his GLs and whatnot. And I'm like, well, that's good to know, but I'll put down a couple so you can use what you're saving. And he said that's fine. And then I kind of felt a little bad because he ended up getting stuck on my ships. So he didn't end up full clearing. I had Negotiator and Executor, which I've been putting both of those fleets down ever since the Executor came out. It seemed like a nice pair to put on defense, and he got stuck. He burnt like 4 battles or 5 or however many fleets we have. So that's it. Yeah, he's not going to clear that zone. Hopefully, though, he'll get some feats to, make up the difference. I hope that he can do well and make it toward Kyber, because he was a good guy. He just messaged me on Discord and reached out and offered if we wanted to set, cheese. And I said, nah, I still like to make the videos and have some fun. I just hate that high efficiency, like set garbage and see who can be the most efficient. I kind of don't like that. So standard squads or whatever on defense for me, and then he put down whatever he was going to put down, taking out his new team with some Geos at the moment. It's been working pretty solidly this season. Just got Newt left to deal with, and he's not going to be any trouble. So we'll go ahead and try and take him out. And I feel like as long as I can score decently, like if I can get a good score, then I may not have to clear the final ship, whatever ships he's got in his back zone. I plan for my opponent to put Negotiator and Executor, just like I've been doing, because those are the 2 hardest ships to take out. And if you put them both, it really stretches them thin on ship counters unless they, kept some good stuff of their own. So I figure if I'm going to struggle, I might as well make them struggle too. And before the Executor came out, we really didn't have the firepower in ships to do that. So I'm kind of enjoying that now. We'll see when we get there, see what he's got waiting for us and come up with some kind of plan for that. Right now I'm just going through his front wall here, and I'm not expecting any GLs in the back, but I do hold on to a couple things, just in case. You don't know what he might have set back there. He could have been, throwing me off, and so I wouldn't be prepared or whatever. Some people do that, and I don't think I've run across any that are just outright assholes or anything that have done me wrong like that. But it seems like if you're going to tell somebody you will or won't set this or that, you should stick to it. Don't just lie and then be like, okay, now I'll, I got them. I think that'd be kind of a messed up thing to do. Like, this is a fun game and all, but you ain't gotta be an asshole or anything. So, taking out his Darth Revan. The reason I wanted to use JML here is because I wanted to save my Supreme Leader Kylo just in case he had put his Jedi Master Kenobi in the back. Supreme Leader Kylo with Daka and Zombie is a pretty high banner counter. Easy win to the JMK with Cat, and it'll also take out a standard Ray squad, or Mirror or C. Pretty much Swiss Army knife there. Take out a couple different things. So I just felt like that would be a good one to hold in reserve, and I'd be better served by burning JML here. And so we're taking out Darth Revan. It's a little bit sloppy because this isn't really what he's meant for. He's a taunting tank, so of course he's going to be attacked and the team's going to get feared, him being the leader. So we took out Darth Revan. Now we're just using standard JTR. Well, not standard, but JTR against the CLS Chupio 3PO's team. But it works a lot better with the Resistance Hero Bros than it does with BB-8 and R2. I'll tell you that. I like having Finn and Poe here because I think I mentioned in my last video, having them on defense, that's a squad that people are just going to imp anyway. And having them on offense right there, it's kind of like a sure thing. They have so much firepower. You get through Chupio and just bam, 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 done. So that was pretty easy. Here I wasn't 100% sure what to use, but since he got Rex with 5s and the Nest on there, needed some decent power here, so I went with Jedi Knight Revan for the lead, Jedi Knight Luke, and then Hermit Yoda. So I've got healing in case anything goes wrong. I went straight after Rex. Maybe that was the wrong call, I'm not sure. But I went straight after him and 5s did the sacrifice. So Rex got souped up, so now I got to get him out before he ends up killing somebody. He does his big hit, and I was able to dodge it. I think Luke had foresight there, so he ended up surviving, which was great. And once he was done with that, you know, we go after Nest, no problem there. 54 banners. That could have went a whole nother direction. You know, Luke would have got taken out with that big hit. So we open up the back, and true to his word, he didn't set any GLs back there. Just got a lot of standard, you know, B teams, Mon Mothma, First Order, and whatnot. So I really want to start attacking this top wall because I want to find out what ships he's got. And I'm not the kind of person that like sits down and plans everything out before the start of the match usually, but it's like I play it as I see it. So whatever he's got, you know, I continuously like make a plan as I go and see what squads I have left, and then match them up based on that. I know it's probably more efficient and better to do it the other way and plan everything ahead of time, but I like to just, you know, see how it goes and then figure out what I'm gonna do. So this is just a standard one here. You guys have seen this probably all season long, using Boskled, Mando, and Grief against a BAM team with Queel and IG-11. Just go after them. Whistling birds don't do anything when there's so few stacks, so you can just take them out and then keep going till you get the contract. As soon as you got the contract, you're just trying to get around to the disintegrate, and then it's game over. You can just flip it on auto. So we keep going around. Eventually Mando will take his turn. There we go. Disintegrate. Boom. There goes BAM. And that's it. Flip the auto on. Let auto do its work. Just going to attack IG-11 here. And pretty much it's just to cycle through fast enough so you can get back around to Mando's disintegrate again. Once you disintegrate IG-11, it's over, because you'll just kill Queel with regular damage. So nothing too fancy or new there. Same old kind of stuff. Easy win. But you know, I still set the team too. I got 53 there, so I guess you can lose a point here or there. This one's a little bit more risky, taking Padme in against Night Sisters. Thankfully there's no zombie here, so it's just Talzin, Asajj, and Spirit. I don't have to worry about extra deaths or anything, but they are calling the assist from the grave, so I gotta watch out for that. I want to try and get Talzin out so I don't have to worry about anything with plague or anything, and then just take out Spirit there. So that was a quick and easy 53 as well. Not too bad without having, you know, zombie in there. This one can always be trouble, and it's Mon Mothma against Grievous, and here he's got Droideka and Magna. But I mean, I have this team, so might as well go ahead and use it. You know, I don't want to burn anything too powerful, but I gotta watch out for the big hits from Droideka there. Thankfully, I think K2 was able to tank it out, so that was okay. Just gotta chew through Magna. It does take a good while. He's pretty tanky, it seems. So just keep going after him. Eventually, I want to get him down and go after Droideka and Grievous. I definitely don't want to time out. That can end up being bad, because having to come up with cleanups is not something you want to do on a regular basis here. It messes up the whole game plan when you have to start shifting counters over, and something I was saving for this, I now had to burn up here. Yeah, I didn't want none of that. So now we can go after Droideka here. Let's try and work him down before he ends up killing somebody. K2's doing a good job of tanking out the hits. Try and keep him with the buff immunity, and ability block is the most important, because then he can't, do those abilities and get rid of all the debuffs. So I'm trying to just keep that ability block on there until he's dead. Finally got rid of him. Now it's just Grievous. So we can throw auto on there and let them work. But then as soon as K2 got down into the red, I took it off because I want to make sure I had the heals and everything else ready in case he died. I didn't want that to happen. What happened before, where one of them dies and then Grievous goes after the other one and it's game over. So I was reading the ability, making sure I had the right thing saved, the revive, and thankfully I did. So he's got enough health now. It should be okay. He's pretty tanky, but I would keep using Mon Mothma's basic just to make sure that he's going to stay alive. I want to keep that revive handy just in case. I just don't trust it. Every time Grievous goes, like he's looking like he's able to take him down, into the yellow and everything. And God, I don't want to lose this. I hate having a battle Grievous and then burning a good team if this team fails. So it is very, very frustrating to fight this and have to deal with it, but it's one of the things we do, and it worked out. This team got my 51, so we'll call it good. Next up is this Dooku team, and I really wasn't sure what I was going to use here. He's got B2 on there, and I thought, I'm sure I can figure something out, so I went with Basti lead here. I like to save her, and then she ends up making a good leader. Threw Cam under there, and then Shakti. Shakti always good to have around for the heals and call that assists and cleanse off debuffs. Figured all that stuff would be helpful, and they ended up making pretty quick work of this team. Just got Zalbar left, and he does get to be pretty tanky, but with Cam there just double tapping, eventually I'll be able to work my way through. And I do have armor shred there and offense up from Shakti, so doing pretty good there. Try to get a stun, didn't stun, but Cam was able to take him out. So 54 banners there. And then now we'll take Night Sisters in against this JTR. I was like, what do I use here? Normally I use something like CLS or whoever with Han and Chewie just to take her out, because once JTR gets going, she can end up going a lot and doing a bunch of damage and healing up and the foresight and all that. So I thought, what, let me try Night Sisters. I still have Night Sisters. I didn't end up using them, so I'll go ahead and try them here just to see if they work or what happens, because we used to use them in 5s when we had to go against JTR teams, and they worked when there was all 5 of them. But I think Night Sisters are one of those squads where you actually need all 5 characters, because they all bring something to the table. Like, you don't have Asajj for an extra heal, or Spirit to get rid of buffs and stun and all that. But it turned out they were able to make it work. Got rid of JTR straight away, and once she's gone, you don't have to deal with half of that. You do have to deal with the taunt that shows up on BB-8, which is a little bit annoying, but you throw enough plague down on the field, things are going to start happening. I didn't even have to mess with R2. He just looked over there and he was gone. So not pretty at all. 49 banners, but it did end up working out. Got me through to his ships. I can see that he does have Negotiator sitting there waiting for me, and then a Thrawn Empire fleet. So wow. So he saved his Executor and his other fleets and put down Negotiator with Thrawn, and still end up getting stuck. So what we'll do is I'm going to clear off this last ground wall and see where I'm at score wise, and see what I need to get on these ships to try to get the win, because maybe my Negotiator counter will work, maybe it won't. I mean, we'll see. Taking in Vader, Thrawn, and Watt against this Dengar squad. Dengar, Vandor, Chewie, and L3. So there's, I mean, I can get the annoyance of the squad. It's got a tank, and then you've got, it could be infinite revives if you take in the wrong kind of team here. But I think I should be okay. With Watt here, I know at least once I end up killing them with Vader, they're not going to end up reviving. Even though I don't get that extra defense penetration that we used to have, where they ignore the armor, he should still hit hard enough with his merciless that as long as he kills them, they're going to stay dead. I don't have to worry about anybody being brought back. So L3's gone. Now I can work on Vandor. Not sure how pretty it'll be, but we'll just keep doing what we can do. Tried to throw a coal there. It ended up doing a whole lot of nothing. So we'll just hit him with a basic. He's gone. Now we can go after Dengar. Try and get back around to where I can throw some protection on Watt maybe and top him up, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I got him into the red, so we'll just do a protection up and pop the dots. Done with that. Now I've got a lone C for his first order. You know how this is gonna go. There's nothing fancy or new here. I've got him left over, so might as well go ahead and use them here. And since crew lead is one of the annoying ones where they constantly heal up, I just gotta make sure I take him out and, you know, use my ultimate whatever. C's gonna do plenty of damage, so I shouldn't have to worry about it. And it's just that easy. There we go, a quick 55, done with that squad. Now I've got my Traya squad for his Mon Mothma. Don't see that on defense a whole lot, you know, here and there. A lot of people do tend to save it for Grievous or whatever. But since it's here, go ahead and use my Triumvirate with Scion and Nihilus. Really, it's Traya lead doing all the work. But eventually I can annihilate somebody if they start getting annoying. Trying to take out this Hoth Rebel Scout so he won't end up giving a bunch of turn meter. I've got Kara isolated, so at least she's kind of put on ice a little bit. Don't have to worry about all the stuff that she does. I just want to get this scout out so I can cut down on the turn meter and all that. I think Mon Mothma will end up bringing them back though. Won't matter too much. It's fine. Once I get going, get that annihilate up, it's not going to be an issue. So we'll just keep biding our time, work on whoever we can get to, and go from there. They keep going after Scion, that's fine, I don't care. Got my drain in. Annihilate is next up as soon as Nihilus takes his other turn. So I was like, should I ability block? Try and get ability block on Scout, and I ended up killing him. So much the better. Now I just had to get back around, annihilate Kara, and it's done. So there we go. Finished with that. Now we'll go to the next one. I got my first order against his, guys. Who's gonna win this one? You know, it seems like I know, and hopefully you guys don't think all this is boring, but it, you know, it's what I got, so I gotta use it somewhere. And if I got Kylo left, I'm not gonna send him in solo because I made that mistake before, and the Hux team ended up smoking me because they got ahead of themselves and did so much damage, I wasted a GL. But when I throw him with some supporting cast, no worries about that at all. And now I've got Bad Batch here against this Maul team. So a lot of people put Maul down, like Wood Sidious and, Marauder or Assassin or whoever. And I'm like, what do I use for that? So I thought, well, let me bring in Bad Batch and see what happens. I have them. I use them on some things, but I don't really use them as a main counter to any one thing in particular. So I'll go ahead and try them against this and see what happens. And they were able to take out Maul straight away. Now I can work on the rest. If I only knew what these moves did, I'd know which ones, a double tap, triple tap, and be able to take them out probably much faster. Instead, I just click the buttons and still end up with 54, so kind of nice. There's all the ground squads done, just ships left to deal with, and look at that. I need a 60, okay? All I need is 60 banners, so I have to one-shot one of his fleets, and if I can one-shot one fleet for 60 plus banners, I got the win. So first up, I'm gonna take my rebels against his negotiator, and I'm gonna leave the footage in. I record all my ship battles, I just don't show them because they're so boring. So I'm gonna leave the footage in here so you can actually see what happens and be like, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's doing, or he knows exactly what he's doing. I don't know. You can be the judge of that. But I'm taking my rebels in against his negotiator because I practiced that counter a lot in arena, and also I don't know how to use it against the Thrawn fleet successfully for 60 plus banners, so I might as well use it here where I have some practice. So yes, I know it's like an eclipse, you finally get to see an Indigo ship battle, but it happens every now and then. So B-Stan, Biggs, and Millennium Falcon start in lineup. Supposed to put the target lock on Anakin, press the buttons, attack him as much as we can. Didn't get to kill him, and then they go and put that thing where he comes back alive back on him. So you want to try and get rid of that, and then can call Cassian in to get rid of all the buffs and then focus down Anakin, right? Like ideally that's what you would do. But watch this. So this kind of sucks here. So go after the tank because I have to. He calls in his reinforcement and it's the clone sergeant. And not only that, it kills my Biston. So that sucks that I got one less ship out on the field, one less damage dealer. And that one, I already know, if I would have called in Cassian to remove all the buffs, he would just gain his taunt right back, and I wouldn't be able to get after Anakin anyway. Instead, I was able to take his protection away, and then he's not taunting, and get after Anakin that way. And so I took him out. So that's at least going good until they end up killing that ship. And then now look, I only got 2 ships left, so it's going good, but it's not going good, if that makes any sense at all. And now they got another reinforcement. Guess who? Plo Koon. So I gotta chew through 2 of these tanks to make any real progress. Thankfully, I at least have my Biggs left, but he's not taunting at the moment. I've got Cassian here, so we'll go ahead and use him. Clear off the buffs. Gotta go after the tank. So we'll try and get him down as much as we can. Got him into the yellow, which is good. I want to try and get him out. I got to make some headway here and hopefully kill everything. But if I can't kill everything, at least kill most things and make it easier for cleanup, right? So far, so good. I'm getting out the main ships, I guess. Let's keep trying to go after the tank, get that out. Now I just got 2 ships left, so I've got like a ray of hope here. And then Ahsoka comes in, and she can do some damage. So we got to try and get her out of there. Definitely don't want her messing around. And so attack, attack, attack. Keep going after her. Biggs is there, still taunting. I've got I can bring in a reinforcement or my special. And I did my special here because I want to be able to go twice and do what I can to, you know, kill another ship, maybe 2, see where I'm at. So that's what I'm trying to do. Tried to kill Ahsoka there and it did not work. So that was unfortunate. I had to waste that assist call on killing Ahsoka when I could have used it on something else. Falcon's gonna go try and get Plo out, and that didn't work. And now my game kind of froze and they got rid of my Biggs. Now it's just my Falcon, and look at that, it's just raining down on me right there. So that was no good. There's not my 60 banner win that I needed. So after thinking it over, thinking of, you know, what I can do, I thought, okay, this is my only other chance for a 60 banner win in case I legit get stuck. So I'll take Malevolence against his Empire, and hopefully that can work. I mean, sometimes I get like a 55, sometimes I get a 65. It can go either way. I mean, it all depends on how quickly I can chew through these ships and what he brings in for reinforcements. So I got rid of the TIE Bomber. I'm going after the Gauntlet here. I've got my spy, so we'll throw that in and see what happens. Try and just dogpile this Gauntlet. Got it out. So everything seems to be going pretty well. He gets another reinforcement, which is unfortunate because it clears off the Force Taunt, but I don't think I need that. I got my move from my Hyena Bomber, landed a little bit of buzz droids on the Emperor's shuttle. I just want to try and take these guys out as quick as I can. Almost got the TIE out. There he goes. Now it's just the Emperor's ship, and he's got some buzz droids, so that worked out. And there it is. Look at that. 64 banner win right there. So I hit my 60 plus, and that's what I needed to beat this opponent. So I don't even need to clear the Negotiator, but I was able to clear it anyway with a cleanup. Got 44 banners off that. So it was 64 and then a 44. End up clearing the zone. Yeah, that was good. So that's it. A win for me in round 2. Kyber hopes are still alive. I'll have to do the math and see what I need, but I needed a full clear and a win for this one to even have a shot. And I got it with a decent enough score. So that's a win for me. We'll see you guys in the final round of the season, and we'll let you know how that goes as far as me getting Kyber or not. Catch you then. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share your comments down below, and hopefully you'll check out my other videos on my channel. Peace.